mature material some viewers might not find suitable.
And welcome to a very special edition of the Level 99 live stream, where we are feeling fine all the way up here at Level 99. Welcome. So good to see you all here. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and most importantly, hydrated. And if you're not hydrated, get the up out my lobby, because we don't deal with the dehydrated around here. Y'all a bunch of busters. Big ups to everybody on YouTube, including Fambro, Big J6661, King Be Cruel, and Chase hanging out with us on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for helping me get the watch time hours up. We are a little bit over halfway through to the 4,000 watch time hours goal. Really do appreciate it. Mr. Pika fan also dropping in, who is also a Mega Man 2 fan. Happy to see that. And then, of course, Pro Locar hanging out with us all the way over on Twitch alongside Dance Marionette.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And holy heckin' heck, Yang Thing's coming in hot with the resub. Woo! How are you, my friend? I'd shout you out, but it would seem like seeing GG has taken an ish on all of us. In fact,
I'm not a fucking dumbass mouth-drooling idiot.
Oh my goodness. Yang is a retro style enjoyer as well. If this thing worked, it would show you. But Nocturnal hanging out with us over on YouTube, abusing the privilege that I have afforded him. With exclamation point DSP, you can be a part of the show too, just like Mr. Pika fan, by typing in exclamation point DSP, exclamation point cheer, exclamation point boo, and all of the other commands that you see right down here. My personal favorite is exclamation point gang.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And King Be Cruel letting it be known that we even have some special hidden Easter egg style sound effects. You can also do exclamation point SFX to get a random sound effect. Fusion hanging out with us also on Twitch. Welcome to the show, my friend. I hope you like what I've done with the place. Good to see everybody here across both YouTube and Twitch. We are live streaming across both platforms, but also let it be known that we are recording this locally so that it can then be chopped up and then re-uploaded later on throughout the week. So piss me the fuck off. The exclamation point salve command does not work for whatever reason, and I have not found the time to fix it. However, I did have the time to spend about 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 hours with Kinda Sav over on her corner of the internet.
It's obvious you don't know what you're talking about.
You're the one who posted the wrestling videos in the Discord? Yes! By the way, if you want to become a part of the Discord After Hours Discord gang, you can go ahead and click that link over in the Twitch chat right now, or just copy and paste it, whatever you want to do. There's no freakery in the Discord. Let me repeat myself. There is no freakery in the Discord. Ron Mysterio and Kirk Angel. If you want your freakery, do it on your own Discords.
I believe every word that man just said, because it's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Let me just kick this sound effect up a little bit more. I'm sorry if you guys haven't been hearing all of the excellent sound effects.
Game!
Yes. You veto that? What about Hulk Hogan? You guys are killing me. But yes, we have been plowing through the near 3-hour long epic that a good friend of the channel, Dashfire, has put together. And we are now up to the part where DSP is interviewed on Truth Seekers, which is actually a huge pivotal moment in DSP lore, because it has sparked off not only DSP once again crashing and burning when faced with interaction with another human being. Freakery allowed in after hours. Well, that's what Prolocar said. That's what Prolocar said. Yes. That one Nexus moment, the interview, has spawned off an entirely new timeline in the multiverse of madness that is DSP, to where now we can confidently say we have a new number in the lexicon. Ladies and gentlemen, 220 is the new funny word. You know, I was actually kind of feeling like a little sad because, you know, we have 420, we have 69, we have 6 million. Mark McCool. I like that. What was I talking about? Shit. I'm sure it was very important. Anyways, what I want to get into is finally finishing up this video, because Dashfire is usually really good about pushing out the content, and so much stuff has happened in the Vortex. It's very hard to keep up, and that's why I am so grateful and so glad to share Dashfire and Mimology 101's and Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs videos on all the things DSP, because I could not sit through all of the nonsense real time. I do sometimes, and I did last night when he played Fatal Fury for Friday Night Fights, but at least we got to hang out with Sav and the crew. So big ups to everybody that hung out with us last night. We had a lot of fun. Can't wait to do it again. And then the new meme number, and then the Officer Sanders number. We also got 1651. Don't forget that. True. That is also the funny number. But then there was an also, what was the iTunes bank statement number? It was 11 something. I'm dented. I should know these things. I failed as a detractor. Should hand in my card. All right, but enough of that. Let's go ahead and open this thing up, and let's jump in to the actual interview itself. If I can, there we go.
And that brings us to the interview. And man, oh man, we have a lot to cover here today.
Ooh, we sure do.
So the first thing we're going to look at is Steven calls out DSP for begging. And not only that, it appears he brought receipts with him throughout this interview. And he asked Phil, how many times do you beg during a stream? And then pulls up Fronny the Detractor and goes over his channel. Shoutouts. And my God, it is amazing.
Yeah, because I understand why people are like, you know, saying this stuff, and I thought they're got to be exaggerating. But then I found this Fronny the Tractor. I'm sure it's
shout out to Fronny. You made it.
Tractors.
I mean, they call themselves the Tractor. They have it in their name.
When you were playing Dark Souls, you asked for money 62 times. When you were playing light razzing, I don't know. He makes plays on words on the games you were playing. You asked for money 85 times.
Damn.
You tested a mic, and then you begged for money 31 times while testing the mic. And this one is just greed mode, beg count 58. Successful streamer begged 78 times. And I'm not going to play these videos because they're very disparaging. They like make you have a huge head and try to make it funny. Popeyes felt it, beg count 100. So to eat Popeyes, you begged for money 100 times. Flight Simulator.
How does the sound sound? Because I was listening back to the previous videos, and it wasn't. The videos weren't especially loud, so I'm going to add some gain to it. If it's too much, let me know.
For money 101 times in one stream. They clip
if you're watching this on a replay, leave a comment. Like seriously, I respond to every comment.
We've got Wife is Strange.
Sound soundly, utterly insane. Welcome, hello.
Life is Strange.
How are you, my friend? So good to have you here. So good to have all of you here.
77 time.
Fear Monarch also hanging out with us. Thank you. I only ask because I'm legitimately deaf in one ear.
All this person does, Phil, is go through your streams and then clip all the times you ask for money. And then they put it together, and I guess they make it kind of funny. I wasn't really, like, amused by this. But I'm just wondering, like, do you realize that you ask for money that many times in one stream?
Well, first off, I've never watched any of this content, to make it clear. I don't actually know how truthful that is.
How truthful it is, he just showed you.
Right. I mean, unless he's like AI, he's got like CIA level AI to make these.
That's a huge X to gout for me. That's going to be a huge X to gout for me.
Perspective of, I have no clue if anything that a detractor puts on their channel about me is true or not. All I can ask is from my perspective, right? I haven't seen that content. I can't really respond to it. But
so let's watch one.
No, I mean, I do ask for contributions basically as soon as I start my podcast, and
every time somebody gives him money, because then that gives him an opportunity to ask for more money.
Hey, let's hit the goals today.
Thanks for the $20. Now, if we hit another $20, that'd be really cool.
About that during each podcast, I'll mention it several times for sure.
Well, this is why I brought up the autism, because I don't know if you know this, but people with autism have like perceptual problems and social problems, and
the filibustering, very true.
Social cues.
How come my YouTube chat ain't popping up? This is pissing me the fuck off.
Spectrum, because
piss me the fuck off.
A neurodivergent person or a person on the spectrum might not realize that they were asking that many times, and that this is what I'm saying. People with autism also
hell yeah, Ying.
Social
you plan on doing it live?
So like the social norm is ask for support once or twice a show. And I think most show hosts would agree with
or,
that.
you know, you could have a little button that press
5, I don't
this.
know. But 88 times, 122
very
times,
non-invasive
times in one stream. It's a little bit extreme, and I think that's why
a little bit extreme. Not yet. So playing one of them now, though?
No.
Hell yeah. Which one are you playing?
I'm not aware of anybody else. And this is what I did. I went to Twitch and I just started watching some random gaming streamers, and I got links from people to watch, and I watched from the beginning to the end. And over on Twitch, at least, most of the gaming streamers, hey, thanks for the support, give some subs. Here's our goal tonight.
Let's get some subs.
But they would read the gifts or the tips or the cheers or whatever. But they don't ask so many times, so I think that's why.
Japanese version of Mylon's Secret Castle, bro. That really takes me back. That game used to make me like. That game gave me anxiety. I couldn't explain it.
It's that simple. People who make this kind of toxic content, an entire channel dedicated to counting how many times I ask for donations.
I agree. That's a little obsessive.
Someone tip more than $3 and get this asshole off the board. I missed that. Yeah, true.
But
every time he gets paid is another opportunity to get paid, to talk about getting paid. You got Phil on the stream like this, and you have a chance to show him one detractor video. What am I going with? Ooh, that is a good question. And I think I already have the answer, and it's already been done. The Broside Phil video where he literally went through all of DSP streams where he talked about getting the haircut and then having that line up exactly with the date and the time and the area that the bank leaks said that he got this haircut from Curls and Twirls, and they get into it later on in this interview. So that would have been the one that I absolutely would, Clockwork Orange style, lock him down, open up his eyes. Shit, put an apple in his mouth so he doesn't talk, so he doesn't filibuster his way out of it. Seeing him do these interviews now makes me realize that exactly what Otter was saying. I think answering without answering, the DSP tactic. Just keep talking and filibustering and run out the clock till you get exhausted from the subject, and then just keep it pushing.
actually accurate. You do
here's the
all
thing.
time.
I don't think that's a problem.
How am I gonna pronounce this? I hope Deus Marinette is still here.
Stuff is cringe.
Mikyu,
Of course it's
Kumi
cringe. It's meant to be
Kayo
cringe.
Ku Mion no Daiboken, Japanese version.
Last night or the night before that you were like,
it's a mouthful.
Goal because I don't know if I can order Arby's.
That's
tonight.
right. We got.
How would you phonetically say that thing Ying just said? I am woefully unequipped to attempt
This
this.
is kind of a deflection, though. But don't you see how like
It's because he's compromised
What if
moral
I
compass,
said,
so he
like,
doesn't believe what people
look,
say. This
I
is
would
true,
consider this
factually
cringe.
fucking
Like, what if I
based.
was on my show and I said,
So
I'd
says
like to order
the
pizza for my kids because I don't feel like cooking, but I need to get $50 in super.
the
chat.
officer in question.
Okay.
I would never do that because I would think that is so cringy.
Well, that's different. Do you know the context? Oh,
It's always context with this guy.
It's not me just ordering dinner for my family. That's actually not what it is.
No, then you do the review of 3 sandwiches. Come on.
Right. Yeah, which is an ongoing series I've been
Okay,
doing
see,
over
here
a
these things
decade,
pop up.
and I actually canceled
But for
the
whatever
series
reason, the
because
YouTube
so
chat
much
want
crap for
to be like,
5
nah, fam,
years.
we ain't doing
These
that.
people were like, dude, why are you not doing the show anymore? We love DSP Tries It. So I said, hey,
I went through and looked at fuel purchases on the bank leaks. There's what looks like fuel purchases that would tally with his
And then
annual
Steven brought up
mileage
his
and the
bank.
cost to fill the Snortmobile at the time. Holy shit. Yeah, literally dead to rights. These bank leaks are his. And the only thing you can say is nuh-uh, and I refuse to elaborate further. So it's like you're talking to a wall.
Bankruptcy. But what Phil didn't know was that Steven also has a degree in finance for an accountant, and his wife also worked in the fraud department for a major bank. And well, it got very interesting when he brought up his $5,000 a month monthly expenses.
So one of the questions I got most as well is that people, and I think this is again just a misunderstanding.
I don't believe it
so
is another one of his answers.
Going, how can he say his expenses are
Filibustering. Filibustering. He would make a great politician.
Filing. 1 month you're saying 9,000 is in expenses, the next month 5,000, the next month 3,100, the next month 4,400, the next month 43, 49, 5,200. You know, people are saying there's no way.
A lot of people are saying
business expenses, but is this a combination of both business and personal expenses?
See, here's the thing, and this is why.
Here's the thing. If the bank leaks are fake, then the amount of work to create them to make them look factually accurate is insane. That's right, because during the interview, he even says, so you're telling me that there's somebody out there that's so deranged, that's so hyper-focused, that they would predict what you were going to do. Like, and let's just be generous. Like, he doesn't really lead a fascinating life. So if you were to follow him enough, you could see the patterns and you could make an estimated guess as to what he's going to be doing, because he does talk about every single minute part of his life. But then you would have to figure out the exact amount of money that he would be spending at Total Wine, how many times he would go there. And the thing that really gets me is that, and then he made mention of this on the interview too, all of the transactions were within the area that he lives in. And DSP famously told everybody that he does not drive on the highway because of his back, his poor will back.
Understand, when people start to bring this up, anything that I say about this publicly at all, these people will take what I say,
Twin brother excuse, Fear Monarch with some wild accusations here, but what if there was a dark side Phil and a light side Phil, like Link and then Dark Link or Shadow Link or whatever it is? I don't know. I've never played Zelda.
I have to provide all the information that they want, and boy, did they ask for a lot. They asked.
He wouldn't do that. Lenda deranged. That's right.
On the plaintiff side.
So you know all about how detailed it can be. Let me to give you
to spit it out, Junior.
I was told, both by my bankruptcy attorney and the judge involved, that was the weirdest, most complex bankruptcy they ever had to do, because my detractors kept okay, like every 5 seconds they were messaging the judge saying, well, did you know he has this? Did you know he made this? Did you so the judge is like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm just trying to do the bankruptcy and I got 1,000 people on the internet harassing me for this shit. I don't even know what this means. Just listen to this. I know this is a little side. You'll get a laugh out of this stuff. So when you do the bankruptcy, this has to be online. So this is public information. What you're seeing right here, you can find this online. one of the things that happened was the initial filing didn't list my cat Jasper as a financial asset. Okay. Why? Because
why are we talking about your cat again?
Okay, it's that simple. Now, normally in any bankruptcy proceeding, no one would give two shits. But my detractors,
my
messaged
trolls,
the judge saying, Phil is lying to you and committing fraud to get his bankruptcy through.
Yeah, because he was, and he is.
So
well, that's kind of petty.
And the
it is. I agree with that. You don't touch the poo.
With myself and my attorney asking us why we didn't do this. Are we trying to scam them? So when this happened, the bankruptcy got blown into the most complex shit. I had to go through line by line by line of all the things that I spent, what it went to, you know.
I know, but Phil, with respect, like, this is a very simple question. When you're listing these expenses here, is that your total expenses, personal and business together, or just business expenses?
I actually don't know, because that's
he doesn't know. How convenient.
Together for me.
How convenient.
In Washington State, I don't know.
Can I talk to him about this and get some answers on that, so that everybody can calm down about this?
I mean, I doubt it. But
well, if you give me
your voice was nasally, oh yeah, no. And especially like I noticed this too during side scrollers, he had like a really like scratchy, snotty voice.
I'm gonna ask him.
Maybe that is like a side effect of him holding in his snorts. Who knows?
Or your personal, or both.
My take on that.
There's a record of every meeting. It's not in it, so it never happened. Utterly Insane has spoken. This is true.
Get that ass banned.
But he just said he went line by line. So within the same breath, he was lying. I'm not surprised. Item by item breakdown never happened. There's no record of it.
It's from your bankruptcy filing. It's public information. That's
so he's either lying to us, lying to the judge, or both. I'm willing to think it was both.
Personal expenses? Is it meant to measure?
His snorts are basically ticks of his at this point. Gira Lairs, you are correct, and welcome. And I apologize if I just mispronounced your name. Hanging out with us over on Twitch. How come my YouTube chat isn't showing up? That's pissing me the fuck off.
I know.
Piss me the fuck off.
In this time frame, he didn't buy, for example, 2 new gaming PCs, backdrops, microphones, or anything to improve his show. So how does he have $9,000 worth of expenses? His show didn't change at all over this 6-month period.
And that's the thing. I don't know.
He doesn't know.
Considered an expense. I don't know if that's business. For example, this is what I mean. I can't speak to it because if I speak to it, they're gonna clip me and say, "See what Phil said," and they're gonna try to get me in trouble, right? But
well, if you're not, doing something that'll get you in trouble, then there you go.
That I'm broadcasting out of right now, okay, is only used for work. So therefore, this room, for tax purposes and all of that,
Joe Dub. Hello, my friend.
Expense or write-off, I don't know.
Let me help you a little bit because my wife.
Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out.
Maybe we'll finally get some answers. Because
I don't know. She's strict, but there's some other confusion. So some of the other confusion is that, and this is a simple question too. Are you writing off like your whole mortgage payment as a business expense?
Damn.
I don't think so. No,
I don't think so.
It would only, to my knowledge, it would only.
To my knowledge, the semantics of it all.
Expenses because you're just using that one room.
Should I be?
I think his snorts are actually a sign of dominance because he has such disdain for his audience. He'll just snort and burp and all of that stuff just to be like, "Fuck you, fuck you, pay me."
Oh, I know. They're on the bank league. I checked them out.
I pay tons of money for them to do my taxes.
Remember, he does all of his receipts, etc. himself, yet doesn't understand his expenses. I can understand him not knowing write-offs, but he'd know how much he's spending.
And then Steve's going to get on him about his e-bagging and how cringe it is.
Very true.
He also asks, do you ham it up? Is this a joke? And DSP's going to go, oh yeah, I ham it up. It's a joke, blah, blah, blah. So when he's pounding like, guys, we have to hit this. Guys, come on. I'm going to be fucking pissed if we don't hit the goal. It's all a joke, dude. He doesn't really mean it.
Because in some of this stuff...
My tax guy, a.k.a. my TurboTax app.
Right?
Sure. Purposefully so, yes.
You're saying that you do that on purpose? You make
it
cringy
absolutely.
On purpose?
It's hammed up. It's hammed up on purpose. I'm not... Do you really think it's a big deal if I had Arby's on Wednesday or Thursday.
Well, you certainly made it seem like a big deal because if you didn't hit, you would have been really pissed off, and your wife would have to be cooking dinner.
If everything's never a big deal and you don't hype anything up, then who's going to have incentive to ever care about it? You know, I'm a crowdfunded individual. You got to hype up these events. We're going to do a DSP Tries It. We're going to do a marathon.
Well,
today,
some people say that you have this like bloated sense of self-importance
and a bloated face.
Viewers, you deserve it.
No,
I want you to react to this and tell me the truth.
Yeah, show them.
You don't think
where's the context, dude?
If you like my content and if you can support the streams today, please do. In particular, I absolutely need help with tips today. Tip me today, and I hit the goals today.
Hit
I'm
them
in a good
goals,
position
baby.
For tomorrow. If I stream today and I hit none of the goals, I'm fucked. And essentially, I'll be going grocery shopping. I guess we're gonna eat a lunch meat sandwich.
Lunch meat sandwiches. Oh shit. We made mention of this when we were all hanging out with Sav last night, like getting that soppy wet taco or whatever. And then he got so pissed off that he had to eat Taco Bell again. He hates every idea Cat presented when it comes to having food.
Really don't know that you're joking.
And he's always slamming his wife for not being a good cook.
Phil, you basically say this is great. It's such a grift, but it's grifty. You basically say like, if I don't get tips, I can't buy groceries, and I may be subjected to have to eat a lunch meat sandwich on my day off. I won't even be able to get takeout food.
And who wants to do that on their day off?
But you're putting that on the audience. You're putting it on the
putting it on the audience.
First off, I'm trying to remember that specific situation because I don't actually remember what.
He just showed you.
If you're wondering why I'm saying tips, it's because tips
Morgana, hello, my friend.
Like, for example, you're getting a ridiculous amount of super chats. As you know, you don't get those. You gotta wait like a month.
Matthew Lillard. I have never heard that one before.
I don't live paycheck to paycheck.
Viga said that I looked like the front man for a band. I forgot what the band's name was. I would have to ask him. My Stu from Scream 1, Shaggy. Oh,
groceries,
slamming his wife and not in the romantic way. Oh
money
my.
for your day off. He can ask for money for your day off.
Steve was then blown away about the amount of people DSP bans on a particular day,
and in fact,
saying it's insane and how there's no free speech, and absolutely goes after Phil, saying he's trying to censor everything.
Disgruntled users of yours who were banned.
I could see it.
Okay.
And many of them said that they used to send you a lot of money, and some of them even sent me the receipts that they indeed were big contributors of yours. Do you, as a show host,
he's returning to Scream 7?
Free speech as long as it's not insulting to the point of being personal, or that it's not doxing, that it's not something dangerous.
Okay,
and also insulting each other in the chat or other viewers, right? You shouldn't be having
spamming the chat
with other people, derailing the chat. Because let's say for example, I'm doing a stream of Final Fantasy, and you go to the chat. And people are literally sitting there arguing with each other, insulting each other. What are you doing? I'm playing Final Fantasy. Why are you?
It's still engagement and it's still support.
Because, look, I was checking the kick chat logs, and I only did one of the mods here. They banned 1,200 users permanently.
Okay,
I'm one of them.
Wait,
what do you think?
Wait, I'm still scrolling, Phil.
No,
you guys banned 1,200 users.
I can see it.
1,200 users.
This is easily explained.
And I was able to find some of the people who contributed to you on this list of permanent.
I'm probably on that list.
So
not even gonna lie.
You saying, "Oh, I got to get money, or I can't pay my bills," and then I see that there's users that are giving you money that you permanently banned because they said something you didn't like.
It's funny you say that, Morgana, because the in real life female style waifu loves Foo Fighters. She actually just went to a Foo Fighters concert this last summer.
Really crazy, like racist or whatever. But there's 1,200 users from just one of your mods permanently banned.
This is true. Yep. Spoiler for a 20-year-old movie, by the way.
No, I don't count, but do you understand that those aren't real accounts? You know those are bot accounts, right?
Everybody sound off in the chat. What is your kicked band name? My band name, I have two of them. One of them was 23 push-ups, or 22 or 25. 25 push-ups off screen Real, and then don't tell anybody. Shh. But River Redemption Real was also another one of my sock accounts over on Kick. The Scatman Real. There you go. There you go.
Well, some of them are, but some of them are people
most
that
of those are bot accounts.
They said the new one will explain how that will happen. Okay. What if it's a goddamn multiverse like everything is?
It's not everyone is a bot account.
Happy as a pig and slop Real. That's also a good one. I was there when myself and King Be Cruel got banned by Phil in the Kick chat because 220 just popped off. We literally just got done watching Broside Phil's video, and then everybody in the Kick chat started dropping 220s.
Antics go. They'll come in and make. I mean, you would think, oh no normal person would do that. These people are not normal.
These people are not normal.
There's some days with 50 accounts. You ban one, next one, next one, next one, next one.
You have a 2-day
you ready? Oh, here we go.
Cooldown before you can even talk in the chat, Phil. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
What I'm doing is I've gone to my main channel page of my Kick account, and I'm trying to see. I can't see. I'm stupid. I can't see that far. I should open it up on my laptop. They make accounts that are insulting
DDSP is a fraud and Renton 220 Real. Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah.
They don't have to say a word. The name itself is an insult. So it would be like, you know, Phil's fat wife 204 ban. Phil, you know, the IRS is going to arrest Phil. Ban.
But 1,200 in a space of a couple months, really?
We're talking. I'm not kidding you.
I haven't permanently banned or hidden.
Yeah, when I drive around when we're out and about running errands or going on dates, I always got the Foo Fighters Spotify playlist going.
Okay, but do you accept any responsibility for why you piss people off? To
he's not.
That they're willing to come in and troll you, because.
Why?
You know, my father had this saying,
YouTube chat not
and
showing
there's a perception that you're living a pretty great lifestyle, and you're begging your audience to provide that great lifestyle for you, and then so that pisses people off, and they're like, "Why should I get all this money and 3 Arby's sandwiches if I didn't?" You know,
that's right, and that is called jealousy. Right? That's exactly what that is, and I understand it 1,000,000%. I do. I get it. All right, there's people who I'm jealous of too, who I think shouldn't have what they deserve. What they have, they don't deserve it. Okay?
Damn! Call me Astro. Hello, my friend.
I don't go after I don't insult their family members. I don't try to get them, arrested. I don't dox them. I don't swat them. I don't.
So I grew up on like Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam. Like those are the bands that I grew up on. The grunge rock and then the alt rock.
That's fair enough.
But that's what they don't do. They're obsessed. They're crazy people.
Then Steve came up with the great idea,
I liked
polygraph
Nirvana.
test
I wasn't
for
like
DSP
head over heels for
to see
Nirvana.
if he's lying. And Steve said he would pay for everything, so DSP doesn't have to pay for a single thing. He'll come to DSP, which that will never happen, because he finally wants the truth. And he even tells DSP, you can put this in the detractor's face if you pass this. And you can put this all behind you. But of course, DSP's truth lies inside his own reality and what he makes it.
It says polygraph test. I don't know if you know this. Ashton from Kino knows it, and Andy Worski know it, but I have a polygraph machine, and I'm basically certified polygrapher. So for the rest of tonight's broadcast, I'm going to ask you to answer all the questions truthfully. And then after the show, I'd be willing to come to you and administer a polygraph to make sure you're answering the following questions from here on in truthfully.
Oh, absolutely.
And failing that,
me and Len,
I happen to find
I'm a fan of Len,
retired FBI polygrapher that lives right in your area, and he's kind of friendly with me. He's done a job for my
Ying.
show.
Yep. I see you, Yang, like Nirvana, but you loved Alice in Chains. Agreed. Yep, Alice in Chains is another one.
Would you be willing to say
Damn. These kids don't know how good it was.
Do I have to do that?
So that you could clear your name, like everybody keeps. Listen, Phil. Everybody keeps saying you're lying about a lot of stuff that we're going to get into next. So here's what I'm here for: Ashton from Kino and Andy Worski, who want you to have the redemption arc.
Yeah.
What better way of
channel
redemption
the Kino
than passing
Casino
a lie detector test? What better way to prove all these evil detractors wrong? I've got a polygraph set up and a chair, right? It goes in a briefcase. I could take it on a plane. I could be at your house in a couple of days. I need a little bit of time to, get the plane ticket and figure it out. But like, Phil, what better way to shut up all your detractors forever? You say
we just got done actually a 5-hour stream with Sav last night. That was awesome.
Verify that you've been telling the truth this entire time and you haven't lied about that. I think this is a great idea. And if you don't agree to this, it doesn't look good
at that.
For you. Because
4 hours,
like you're avoiding
1K views. Awesome.
Shall I fully respond? Okay.
There you go. And by the way, that's 2 offers. And here's what I would do to make it completely fair. If you agree to it, I'll do a polygraph, and the FBI retired polygrapher. He's an expert and he's a member of the American Polygraphers Association.
You're wasting your time, bro.
He's a world recognized expert. He's worked on tons of criminal cases, worked for a lot of high-profile lawyers on the West Coast. I'll get us both to do a polygraph. So you have 2 shots, and then we'll both tell what our results are. Because I haven't been doing it for 25 years like this retired FBI guy. So in fairness to you, we'll do 2 of them.
You're wasting your time, Steve.
Most likely, we will concur on the results. So that would mean it would be impossible for you to pass 2 of them if you were lying. In my opinion,
I'm sad because of 2 reasons.
Okay. So can I respond?
Yeah.
Oh, what a shithead.
Okay. So first off, what you have to understand is very simple. All right. What you're proposing to me is an opportunity to prove my detractors wrong.
See, here he goes again.
That's exactly what this is.
Here we go again.
Great opportunity.
He's trying to repackage the question or the situation so that he can knock it down. Favorite NXT match? Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole was awesome. Absolutely. I feel like they kind of laid into their finishers a little bit too much, kicked out a lot of big finishes, but I guess that was the thing that I remember the most about that match. DIY versus Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Absolutely.
Don't give
Sami Zayn and Cesaro.
Anything.
Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura.
They don't. They know all about all the controversies. They've heard my answers. They're happy with them. You understand?
They're happy with them.
In fact, if I bring it up on my streams, they get upset. Why are you bringing that up? You know we don't care. We don't care what this one said about you, what that one's saying about you.
That's fair enough, but wouldn't it be good to just turn the page and never have to answer any of these questions again after you pass a polygraph?
Let me finish the answer, because here's the second half of the
question. No, it's either a yes or a no. It's either a yes or a no. Right, so just say no then, Phil. And just say no.
To never be satisfied by any answer I ever give. By anything.
Even if you pass a polygraph?
Even if I passed a polygraph, even if right now I opened up my bank account to show you all the information, even if I showed you every possible thing to clear up anything they've ever said about me.
You see, okay, look at this.
Because they immediately pivot to the next thing they don't like, the next thing they can over dramatize, the next thing they can make drama out of.
But don't you think the people that are in your corner would say, like, look, he passed a polygraph. Those bank leaks weren't his spending. This isn't an issue anymore.
The people that are in my corner are in my corner and don't care. Like I said,
they don't care if I lie to them.
They don't want to talk about this shit ever again. They're done with it. This stuff.
I'm fucking done with it.
The bankruptcy.
The preview text messages work.
You want to talk about criticize me and how I asked for contributions today? Fine.
You see?
I will accept that. Sure. But we're talking about stuff that's done. That's been rehashed, done. It's done with. The reason my detractors keep bringing it up is because it makes them money. They can monetize this cult-like mentality of idiots who don't like me, and they make tons of bank on it. You've seen it yourself researching me.
Then the topic of the bank leaks came out. And my God, you can see Phil squirm. He didn't want to be there. And Steven cornered him. Asked some tough questions. He connected the dots on a lot of different things. And DSP kept trying to lie about it. And Steven kept catching him in those lies.
I care about the people who support me every day, and they don't care about this.
Everybody.
If this is going to happen, okay, if this is going to happen, I need to have actual real incentive for it to happen. It's that simple.
Oh, so in other words, you want me to pay you to take a polygraph to prove your innocence?
Called it.
I'm already paying for it. You know what? It's going to be a couple $1,000s for me to get a plane ticket, hotel. And remember, I'm going to ask you to be honest with me.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
You said this was on October 27th. Just received a $1,500 bill for legal fees to clean up the identity theft I just went through in the USA. You get billed for being a victim of a federal crime. Needless to say, this is effed up, and I'm pretty upset to get the news on my day off of all days.
Damn.
So I wanted to ask you if you could let me talk to the attorney or show me the invoice privately.
Talk to the attorney or show you the invoice for what? This particular thing I'm referencing.
Yep, when he repeats the question back at him, he's just trying to buy some more time so he can figure out how to lie to him.
A lawyer, right, Phil? So you'd have a receipt, or you could show me a bank statement that you paid a lawyer $1,500 over these bank leaks. Because based on what my investigation uncovered, Phil, I don't believe that you paid any lawyer.
Damn.
Would you like me? Would you like me to explain what this?
As long as you're not going to, yeah. But you've already explained what it meant. You said that you had to spend all this money to straighten this out.
But that's not elaborating. That's a very quick tweet. Doesn't explain the situation. I can tell you right now what this means.
Well, just give me the proof that you spent $1,500. It's pretty simple thing to do.
I would have to go back. Well, I have to explain to you what it is.
Now you're talking in circles, though. Phil.
I'm not talking in circles. You're not with me. Do you want me to explain it?
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Oh, but before you do,
no,
though,
why are you cutting me off? Let me answer.
All right, try to answer quickly. We got a lot to get through.
If you want me to answer the question, let me answer the question, or else don't ask it.
Damn, what an asshole. Unless
Explain
don't ask it.
$1,500 legal bills that you can't show proof of. Go ahead.
The legal bill is my tax people having to clean up the situation.
No, so now it's
I paid my tax attorney.
Okay.
Where that legal bill came from.
That's what I asked to see the invoice.
I see it's a legal bill. It's my tax attorney billed me for his time to clean this up because I was already on back.
Can you show me the invoice?
He probably paid his tax guy. There's an invoice for that, and that would be the thing that he would use to say, see, this is the money that I spent.
Call them and confirm if you give them permission to talk to me.
I can look for it. I mean, I don't.
I can look for it.
And here, I just want to show you this because I have a lawyer. I have a lawyer in my family, so he's written a non-disclosure agreement between you and I.
See, look at this shit. Why isn't that showing up?
Records you show with me, I'm only going to use to confirm or deny if you're telling the truth about all of this. I'm not going to share any personal information, account information, any identifying thing that could, because your argument is always, oh, this would put me in more danger. I'm going to look at the invoice and verify that you spent $1,500 over these bank leaks to clean it up. Whether you paid a tax attorney, a tax accountant, a lawyer, whatever.
That's what it is. It's all the tax attorney / accountant.
All right. Well, I'll give you this non-disclosure agreement, and then you don't have to worry about me disclosing anything other than, yes, he paid a tax attorney $1,500 to clean up this bank leaks mess.
Okay, but what's the point?
The point is to prove that you've been telling the truth, because I don't think you have been about the bank leaks specifically.
And I don't care if you believe me or not. It doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
Does it?
So you don't care?
No, I don't. I don't care. I don't. I really don't. Like, I'm a content creator who sits down and makes gaming content, streams, chill content for his audience. I'm past all this nonsense in the past. I, don't care about this. We are so past it. This is like dredging up shit that we are already done with.
Because it's never been settled. Because here's the problem, Phil. You talk a lot of shit about your detractors, but they have receipts.
Damn.
And you never showed receipts.
What receipts do they have exactly?
Well, we're gonna. I'll show you, but first let's do this here.
What receipts besides
colossal?
Stuff, stuff that they claim is real, but it's never been
douche.
Proven.
There you
Substantial. We're gonna get into it then. But before we do,
Marco, hello, my friend. Happy to have you. Welcome.
I don't think that you're being honest with your viewers or the world in general about these bank leaks, based on the information that I found in my investigation in these past couple of weeks.
The entire thing, bank leak stuff, is fake. There was no bank leaks that ever happened to me. That whole thing was fabricated by my detractors. I don't even know what information they got or who they got it from, but it wasn't me. Like, they'd be like, what about
Wasn't
the
me.
bank leaks and what about this and that? Like, what about them? Did you analyze them? Can you show them on stream? Can you prove that those are real?
And just so you're aware, Phil, I
barely make gaming content now either.
I can show them on stream right now and prove that they're real.
We got some receipts in the chat, I think.
I don't believe that you've been honest about the bank leaks. I think you lied about a lot of that. Because it's in your benefit to lie. You don't want your detractors to know how much you've been spending on gin and wine and DoorDash and a WWE game.
Why would it matter?
Oh, let's get to
because
the
you
bank
lied
leaks,
to your fans about it,
you
Phil.
say they're fake.
Hold on. Why
Phil,
would it
in
matter?
order for them to be fake, the person that faked them would have to know what kind of car you drive, who your
Here we
internet
go.
service
Listen, guys.
provider is,
Listen to this.
who your electric company was, who your
Okay.
garbage company was,
Okay.
what their monthly charge was at the time of the bank leaks for people living in your area at the time of those leaks. They'd have to know what restaurants you eat at and when you ate at them. They'd have to know when and where your wife gets haircuts. They'd have to know what your local water company was and what you pay them every month. They'd have to know when you go to Burger King. They'd have to know when you go out to eat, when you do DoorDash, when and where you go grocery shopping, how much your back tax payments are, what your mortgage company is and how much you pay that every month, how much you're making on YouTube. They'd have to know how much you're making on Twitch, what accounting firm you use, and what they're charging you. The odds of somebody knowing all that information, it's like it would take a 007 CIA operative to fake these. Phil, you don't see that? Do you understand that there's direct correlation? You say I went to Burger King and the Burger
I don't know.
King
it takes a
charge is
special
there on
type of
that day
person to feel like Jade.
You know, the day before. You say
We
I'm
were
getting
talking
a
about
haircut.
how Jade
8
may be
times
actually
somebody
like a
caught you saying
genius,
you're getting a haircut,
but like
and those haircuts are on the
gives
bank
off
leaks. And do you understand
the
that the person
illusion that
did
he's
that
like
is a
an idiot
retired
savant
police officer?
to throw people off
The
the
person
scent.
that found that information is a retired police officer. I think he's called Broside Phil.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
They'd
I don't know.
They'd have to know. They'd have to know all of this information in order to fake them. It would take like a team of
Daft
people.
909. Hello, my friend. Update on the wallet.
People can track things down. So you know where those leaks came from, right? They came from
My lovely
audio
lady
recording
got
of somebody who
special
socially engineered on
plastic
their telephone, calling
glue
basically
for the
calling
wallet.
an online teller.
It's right
at
here.
your bank
All I have to do
and
is attach
listing
this
off all of
guy
the charges
to this
for
guy,
that whole 18
and then
month
we're
period.
good to
And
go.
here's what I found out in the course of my investigation. Let's just take a listen.
September 13th, a pre-authorized payment of $120.
Lie detector, more like lie detractor. Am I right?
On September 13th, a pre-authorized payment of $112.28 from Apple
We're trying to catch up on all the DSP stuff, but there's just so much shit that goes on.
It's enough to say that somebody sat on a
Too
telephone
smart to
for
type.
5 hours. Now, I went through the first 5 hours of it.
He's
It matches
or
the
Jade is like in
bank leaks
total pain, and it's such a
100%.
task
And I also
to get him to
contacted
talk
the bank.
or chat in the chat.
This is the
So
online teller
what you
at the
get
time.
is like
That's
a
the
labor
voice they use.
of love
So
to try and
for
get
somebody
Phil
to fake
to
this, they would have
acknowledge
to
his
have the
existence.
software development kit for the telephony for this bank software and the text to speech that's used in this. They'd need the software development kit. Do you know what that costs?
No, I don't know what that costs.
It costs tens of thousands of dollars. Somebody would have had to spend tens of thousands of dollars to fake this 5-hour phone call with your online bank teller, Phil. You don't think that sounds like overwhelming evidence that they're real? You mean to tell me one of your detractors spent 10 grand on a software development kit?
Are you going to let me respond now?
Okay, let's hear it.
What a shithead,
So,
bro.
You're saying that you heard this clip, this 5-hour clip that supposedly someone recorded.
Supposedly,
off of some phone line,
he's trying to knock it
and this
down,
is
diminish it, knock it down.
100% indisputable evidence that it's true. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that I went through and somebody really did sit on this online teller and then transcribe every charge to a spreadsheet. It matches this 5-hour recording. Do you know the time it would take somebody to first fake this recording, and then again they'd have to know everything you spend money on, and all
This
of
is
these,
exactly what we were talking
all
about.
of these charges that are near your house. Did you know that all the charges are within just a few miles of your house?
Final Fantasy VII Redo Part 3.
They
didn't just announce that, did they? Hold on.
Here's a perfect example.
Hold on.
And I've redacted as much as I can.
We already know this. Everyone already knows this, but go ahead.
This is the supermarket. This is the supermarket where you shop. It's 3 miles from your house. 4 miles. I'm sorry. And this is the
we were just talking about
it. This one's I'm sorry, 3.1 miles. 3.4 miles. I don't know. It's a few miles.
I think it's going to be called Reunion, even though they have a game called Reunion.
Do this
already.
mapping with over 40 of the of the charges. The Petco, the
no type
the place where you
think
get your
pain can buy.
It's all within a few miles of your house.
He keeps trying to ask him
and
to play Marble
correlations
Rivals.
Where you said
He's
things
like,
on stream,
doing
like,
that today,
I'm going
Jade.
to get a haircut today.
Get fucked.
Those charges are
you want to
there.
see the
And in the
Invisible
case of
Woman
the
skin,
Burger
Jade?
King,
Well, that's too
they
fucking
would have had
bad.
to know the day before you said you were going to Burger King because that was the day before. You know, it's virtually impossible for somebody to fake these, in my opinion. I've got 40 correlations. These are all stores and locations all right near your home. In this course of 18. You mean to tell me that some crazy evil genius
so that worked.
Figured out how to fake a 5-hour teller call and then put it all on spreadsheets as well? It's all fake. Look at the spreadsheet. It correlates to the audio recordings. 100%. So and look at this. You're telling me somebody faked all this? This isn't you?
Trob super chatted
I'm still waiting for you to finish so I could respond.
That one?
I'm not finished, so respond so far, and I got more for you. I got a lot more
It'll
for
be
you,
called
Phil.
Reunion or rerun. All right, Theo,
and those are
what
your
up?
charges, or you can continue to lie.
How are you, my friend? I hope you're happy, healthy, and most importantly, hydrated.
That road to redemption.
Yeah, those are self-soothing throat clears my asthma. What up, Pimp? How are you?
The reason that people are so upset, you can see
Jade,
these
man.
charts.
He's got
It shows
nothing
that
else.
You spent more on transactions most month than your
Doing good.
mortgage
Glad to
payment,
hear it.
while you're
Awesome.
begging your
You can be a
audience
part of the
to pay your
show
bills.
if you would like to be by typing !DSP into the chat. You'll get a random, carefully curated Dark Side Phil sound effect.
Evidence. I could show you more evidence.
You can also do gang.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't care.
All right, I'll show you.
And then also exclamation point SFX.
And you can try to explain all this away.
And of course, my personal favorite, exclamation point gang.
The haircuts, Phil. The haircuts. The haircuts ruin your grift.
The terrible
ruin your
haircuts.
grift, and here's why.
Yeah.
Curls and twirls.
That's his cope laugh, by the way. I love it.
Is that your wife, Phil?
No.
Right?
On the website?
He got him. He got him
Do I gotta get a
trapped
facial recognition expert?
a couple of times. But he did squirm out of a couple.
Where did you get your haircut, Phil? Where
He
did you
ain't
get your
about
haircut?
1,000.
I'm not going to tell you because then people are going to
You can't tell me because you get your haircut at Curls and Twirls.
Did you hear what I just said?
Your wife's on the website, Phil.
Steve, are you listening to what I'm saying?
Then, out of nowhere, we had a surprise guest, Broside Phil. And it was wild seeing DSP and one of his detractors together. And as a retired police officer, he was able to look into things Phil claimed, talking to officers, bank leaks,
Friend
all
of the
this
channel,
stuff.
Broside Phil.
And Phil's story kept changing because he kept getting caught in lie after lie after lie.
And
wait a minute. That's not. What are you talking about?
He spoke to the detective that you talked to. You said in the side scrollers interview.
Big ups to Broside.
Sometime
You know, I
prior
really
to the
would
bank
like to
leaks,
play Kingdom Hearts
you
3
didn't
again.
file
I had a great
police report.
soundtrack.
By the way, your bank would have. Did you know my wife? I mentioned she was an accountant. Do you know what she did? She worked in the fraud department at Beneficial Savings Bank for 20 years, and she told me that you Phil said that these people got access to multiple of your accounts. The bank itself is required by federal law and banking regulations to file a police report. Our retired law enforcement officer friend filed the FOIAs. The bank didn't file any fraud reports. They're required by law to do so. So if you talk to the bank, if you talk to the bank and said somebody got access to my account illegally, they would have filed the appropriate police reports, talked to the detectives, and followed up on that. They didn't.
Well,
And you lied. You lied about when you said the police only investigate human trafficking or something.
No, hold
We've
on.
got
a
another
second. Wait,
video.
Oh, now hold on a second. Love it.
Wait. So hold on a second.
Lying like a rug. Daph's got it right.
I'm lying completely about the bank account. Like, I still have this bank account. It's real and it's still open. And
honestly, Phil, I'm losing track of your lies. I don't know what you've lied about because you lie about a lot of stuff.
You're bringing up 10 points, and every time I try to address one, you move on to another. So I can't address any of your points.
Well,
I can clarify.
Yeah,
I can clarify.
Yeah, go ahead. And
yeah,
by the way, I've checked
There's
this
that
person's
sweet, smooth radio voice of Broside Phil. One day I hope to be as suave and as debonair as Broside Phil is.
The company is required to file a police report about the fraud with the bank account, correct?
Yeah. So I think you never reported any of this to your bank. You just got a new bank account and moved on. That's what I believe.
So you're saying
Jade Gaming Reel, welcome.
I don't know what happened.
And Ice Marvel's hanging out with us. Welcome, my friends. Appreciate all of y'all, for real. Thank you.
Reports and open a fraud investigation. They didn't
100% correct. 100% correct.
And by the way, I'm just saying that as the husband of somebody whose wife worked in the fraud department at a major Fortune 500 bank for 20 years. She did this
20
every
years.
day, Phil. Every day.
As long as I've been a professional wrestler.
Somebody got a hold of my card. Well, you have to be willing to prosecute them, and we'll get to the police. And she'd fill out the police report. She'd talk to detectives. She'd follow up on all the fraud cases. None of this happened in your case. And I think that's because the bank leaks are real. And that's your banking information, and you just wanted to glaze over this so that you could keep going with the e-begging grift.
That's even the more damning thing about this, however, is the fact that during the Side Scrollers interview,
we get some wheelchairs in the chat for Jade
because during a threat case, which was done via email, it was a Swedish email company. I think it's protonmail.com, which very truly did threaten Phil Burnell, saying that they wanted to kill him and do terrible stuff.
We got that.
Totally got that. I've got that. I actually, I have every police report from the time that Phil
Look
Burnell
at Phil. He's swaying.
lived in Washington.
He's
until,
swaying hard
as of about 2 months ago. However, he said that during that time he spoke with a detective, and the detective said that we don't.
He was dead to rights.
Now
he was dead to rights.
I live in a small town in the Midwest. Now, my jurisdiction, my unit size, my entire police department
unit size.
Men.
Hey, yo!
I personally did crimes like Phil Burnell is talking about here. I worked them personally. I was quite good at them, to be quite honest. So it didn't make sense to me. So I called the detective because the detective's name was in the police report. And when I spoke to the detective,
by the way, that call's recorded, Phil. We have the receipt.
And I have the recording. When I spoke to the detective remembered Phil. Lickety split. He goes, no, I remember him. Yeah, for sure. I said, great. Here's what I have.
Wait. The detective I talked to was a woman.
Okay, well, the detective, according to, and I have the narrative affidavits, was a detective Steve. I have the narrative affidavits. Was a detective. The narrative affidavits.
I don't care about your narrative.
The narrative.
He doesn't care about your.
Which is recorded by law.
Like drill into this one whole thing, and this was his downfall. This was his downfall. Put a pin in this because it will become an important part later.
When he spoke with you, he asked you.
Quite familiar. I think I hear Kino Casino singing a couple of times.
Can you tell me more about anything to do with, let's say, human trafficking? Do you only work human trafficking?
That's very bold of you to assume, Ice Marbles, that Phil is using 100% of his brain to do anything.
This is where your lies catch up to you, Phil.
Someone in your agency,
someone
in your agency told this man
Jade Gaming Reel is the MVP of the stream.
You don't work anything.
It's me the fuck off.
That you don't work.
My guy, right? He thinks he can just say stuff without evidence and everyone believes him.
But human trafficking.
It's that pignosis. He's so used to it working on our good friend Jade here.
By this detective, which, by the way, really bad to lie to people that are, seeking information.
I agree.
That then said, No, we work cases like that all the time. We work data breaches,
buddy,
work,
and then also remember, by the way,
use of financial cards.
That the person that
stuff
did talk to Phil,
I mean,
the woman he did talk to,
say they don't just work
was
human
actually
trafficking.
somebody that
They're
worked
a larger
in the
agency
human
than my agency
trafficking.
was. They of course have separate divisions.
Sector.
Who in their right mind would only?
We only do human trafficking. I guess that's where you got the human trafficking angle from, Phil. It's all starting to make sense.
A cybercrime. They're required by law to investigate a crime. They can't just ignore a crime. And we've got the receipts here, Phil, of you lying to the side scroller guys.
Now stop. No, stop playing the video.
Now stop.
Something to say. What's the case number?
Stand by, please. I have that up. Stand by.
He'll get it.
Hold on. Stand by.
We've got all the receipts. We've got all the paperwork.
That's written. Hold on. This is the case number for. This is the email, right? Stand by. Hold please. 21-532.
That's correct. That is the case number.
Damn, I know you stupid idiot.
And what is the name of the person who you think was responsible for this case?
The investigator that I spoke with was Detective. Stand by, please. Christopher Edwards.
That is not the person who I spoke with. I have completely different information here, and it was a woman.
Great. Who's that person? I'll happily call them.
What's her name? We'll call them and verify.
I'm not going to say it publicly. I can give it to you.
Oh, come on, Phil, with the obfuscation again. Isn't it convenient? Every time pressed for receipts, you don't have one. We've got a mountain of receipts here, Phil. You don't have any receipts. You have excuses.
Do you really want this person to be publicly harassed? That's why I'm going to give it to you.
She's a police officer. I think she could take it.
I love when DSP is caught in a lie. He just gets loud and overspeaks people. And then he tries to take the smallest little detail and twist it to prove his point, even if it's a lie. Oh, no. It was a woman I talked to. Even though Broside Phil has the receipt. He's a retired police officer, so he'd be able to get that information. I do like at the end, too. He asked Broside Phil, what's the name of the officer? So Broside Phil said it, and DSP goes, oh, that's not the person I talked to, and it's a woman too.
Human trafficking.
And then Steven goes, okay, what's that person's name? And DSP says, well, I don't want to say it because we'll be publicly harassed. But you had Broside Phil say the name, but you won't say the name. How convenient is that, Phil? And at this point, it's dawning on DSP.
I'm trying to get
he
my
now
YouTube
realizes
chat to pop up,
he
and then
messed
I got
up.
derailed because
and he even says to Steve, I think this was a bad idea. I probably should have never done this. If I'd known what this would be about.
The term, but when we were talking about just a minute ago, I brought up circumstantial evidence, which you bring up a lot, right? Here's the issue that you have. I'm not saying I have it with you. I don't have any personal grief against you. Do you know that DNA evidence, which is thought of to be the greatest of greatest evidence, it is the slam dunk. You were there. You touched the gun. You drank from the cup. By legal definition, is circumstantial evidence.
Damn.
No, I didn't know that. I'm not a lawyer.
Or a
there
cop.
You go. You can look it up yourself, my dog. Circumstantial evidence is hands down some of the most damning evidence on the planet. Now, the reason I bring this up is not because it changes the situation, Phil.
I don't care about any of this. If I had known that it was going to be a show about me saying, like, I care about proving if the
loves to dodge the easy questions. Very true. Very true.
Just so you know, Steve.
Even slam dunks, he can't even be bothered to tell the truth.
Because I don't care.
So I used to have. I don't really do a lot of finishers because I don't really win a lot of matches. But my signature maneuvers, I have a flipping X Factor off the second turnbuckle. Do a little front flip with an X Factor. So a lifting cutter. So I lift them up,
hold on,
then drop them down the cutter, and then if I had a finish, which I actually put people away with, is the TKO, which I call the TKO my god, TKO MG, and I do it. It's an ace crusher from a fireman's carry position.
Agreed. Well, kind of agreed.
Yerstola or Tara. I love Yerstola because she's that bitch. But I'm gonna have to say Terra from Final Fantasy because that name has sentimental value to me.
I'm embarrassed because
excellent question though.
And I didn't have a way out of it. Okay.
Phil's dad, real hero Marine Dave Burnell, Gourd dad to gaming legend. Yes, thank you, Jade. Thank you. Yeah, so you're saying that Phil's a real dad hero, and he's a Marine.
And again, because we're talking about DSP,
legend. Yes,
there has to be one person that shows up and tells Steve about the 20K pipe scam that DSP tried. And that person is Duty Streams.
Stop doing it. People were asking me for it constantly, so I brought it back as rewards. The only people who don't like it are my detractors.
In December, he had 2 slow days. He claimed his HOA sent an email on Sunday night telling him he needs $20,000 to replace his pipes. Then he grifted for 3 days.
False. Completely false. Taken out of
context. Are you sure?
Yes.
Taken out of context. Let's go.
Did you say that you needed 20 grand and then beg?
That never happened. The HOA happened to send an email that said, FYI.
FYI, yeah, they sounded just like Phil too.
Replace them and they're going to cost $20,000. And all I did, because we were having a conversation about stuff, I talked about the email. That was it. I never said, hey guys, let's do a fundraiser. Send me money to replace my pipes. I don't need to replace my pipes. And by the way, that 20 grand is only if you don't do proper maintenance and stuff. Then that's an emergency that the pipes burst. But you understand, Steve? You hear? This is context. This is what you never hear.
What an asshole!
I just think it's cringe talking about. Did you know?
Then DSP had enough. He had to spend time with his wife. His excuse: he's running late, and you can tell he was pissed, and he's gonna cry like a little bitch. And man, oh man, Steve just went in on him, and it was beautiful. It was like Side Scrollers 2.0. But imagine, it's just Adam. He doesn't hold back, and he did all the research and had the receipts on him.
I don't know.
It was glorious. This is even better than Side Scrollers. And it's funny how history repeats itself. Because remember, the Side Scrollers happened. Then he had his decompression stream, which DSP's going to have, and he had that daily rap shitting all over Side Scrollers. And then the next day, he shit all over Side Scrollers, saying, "Oh, they're just in it for the money and grift and blah blah blah." And spoiler, he's going to say the same thing about Steven, which is going to make meetings at the casino very awkward. But then again, we know what's up with the casino. We know their true ambitions is just to milk Phil, to make fun of him. Like dinner for schmucks.
That's why I don't care about disproving anything. I don't care about the detractors.
Speaking of rumors, I got a lot of rumors about your cat. Ask him why he spent hundreds of dollars on a flight stick, but would not spend money on his cat to have blood.
We're not going to talk about my cat.
All right, so you don't want to take viewer questions and clear some of this stuff up? You don't want to do that?
Dude, you see what time it is? I gotta get out.
You did 5 hours with those other guys. I just thought you'd want to, you know.
Well, Steve, it's been wild. I see now what your angle was. Sadly, it wasn't.
Your burger rewards take up a lot of your streams, and you still ask for money during the reward stream.
Sadly, it wasn't.
Do you ask for money during the reward streams? Oh, one more question. You cut out the begging when you cut out the begging, dude. You cut out the begging on your streams.
So I'm gonna
and re-upload them
to everyone who watched tonight.
Begging. If you're not doing anything wrong, you wouldn't need to cut out the begging, bro.
Damn.
So anyway, to everyone watching,
he's trying to speed run through everything that he was trying to get.
I hope you enjoy. I really do hope you enjoy.
Come on.
To Phil's benefit, he did keep his cool though. He did keep his cool.
It's all a waste of time. It was a good try. It was a good try, but you know, I
tell viewers if they don't donate, that cat has to cook.
So far as Shistola, Terra, Titus, Cloud, that have the magic cards. Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about that.
Yes, if you don't want to, go through
a couple bosses as well. I think Atmos or what was the one?
I think that at least deserves some respect. You know.
All right,
I think Atmos was the one, or the one that's like this from 10.
So yeah, I guess I give you some respect.
I had a THC soda before I went live. So.
All right, well, you have a good night, and I wish you best of luck, and I do hope you find that.
So why bring it up exactly?
All right, and the thing is, here's the
yes,
thing,
but however, Miasma, they are saying that it may have been AI generated, which is fine, but a lot of people have a problem with that.
If you want to live in that world,
I'm an AI kind of guy.
You want to do next Thursday at 10 p.m.? We'll go through more evidence.
I'm done hating on
Come on, Phil. Do another show. We'll go through more evidence.
He won't even let me finish my
go ahead.
statement.
Go ahead.
He still talks over me. You can live in the world of internet drama as much as you want. You can enjoy it. Go for it. Normal people don't care.
HOA evil, not good, says Jamie Jade Gaming Real. For gaming legend, nice spelling. Dave Burnell, father of DSP Gaming, will fly in Relapse Condo PIP. Guys, this is Jade's world. We're all just living in it. Trying to play to see how calm I am. None of it is true. True? Steven really dropped the ball here. Panic when he should have baited Philip. JG Win, hello my friend. I'm a agree. I think towards the end he was like trying to speed run through all the things he was, you know,
mother and father.
ready to say.
There's nothing else to argue about here tonight.
They gave you the money when you needed it, though, dude. They gave you the money when you needed their help. You didn't keep your promise. That's all I'm saying.
You have a good night.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
And now that DSP has quit the interview, man, oh man, Steven has some last-minute words for Darkside Phil.
And honestly, it went a lot like I expected. We got kind of him talking in circles, making excuses, and what it keeps coming back into my mind.
I hope we're all feeling oozy.
Thousands or tens of thousands of people were calling you a lying scumbag.
I think they said Titus was holding his sword wrong, but I still like it. I think he, I know that discourse, and I think he holds that sword when he's doing a limit break, a specific limit break, but I could be wrong.
With them, I would never betray the guy. I would never stab him in the
But you know that Call of Duty's using AI generated images now, because they have that one picture of, I guess, the Santa zombie, and it has 6 fingers. What the? What? You can fix that very easily.
Of his bank at the time
Sephiroth is getting a card? Hell yeah.
Check them against the
Give me the Tifa card. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Whether the bank leaks accurately reflect his real account. From him. Records from him. He won't do that. I give him a separate NDA. Show me your WWE membership information. I won't disclose any personal information. I'll just confirm or deny. I'll just report on how much you're spending on a mobile game. He won't do that. I offered to go out and do the polygraph. He won't do that. I offered to pay for another professional polygraph examiner, retired FBI polygraph examiner. He won't do that. And it just leaves me with, there's a reason he won't easily disprove all of this stuff. And boy,
I have no problem, Astro, telling people that I use AI for my stuff. And in fact, there's people that come to me specifically for that reason.
Here's one that we didn't get to. $1 million made. Where did it all go?
I make a very good rate making AI generated art for one specific customer.
You know, talking about,
and it's not just like typing in a prompt and then you have it. You have to kind of finesse it a little bit. And then sometimes I like to take
where did it all go?
AI things that I've generated that I pay for the service, and I put it in Photoshop and I edit it from there.
The WWE mobile children's game.
Mobile children's game, I love it.
Than his mortgage payments on many of those months. We didn't really get to the
Call of Duty
costs.
AI
And,
I
struggle with that myself. I spend $50 a week or something like
I
that
like
on
it.
beer, and my wife really doesn't like it because she keeps a spreadsheet. She reminds
The thing
me
is,
that,
DSP
in the
lies
last
so much
3
he might
months, I
actually
spent this
pass a
on beer.
polygraph. This is true, JG Win. I was thinking about that. If you really truly believe in your lie, then it will, you know, there's a good chance that you're going to be able to kind of spoof the lie detector test.
We hit that one.
I know from a long time ago they said that people would be able to provide unreliable results if they had a little tack in their shoe, and whenever they were asked a question they would step on the tack, which would produce pain, which would give them a weird reading or something. But I could be wrong.
I think Ashton kind of gave him
There's a cactus with a mustache. That's pretty wild. That is a cactuar, my friend. Yes. I'm sure it has like a different style of name.
And
but
for some reason,
is what I
Bill
think you're
decided to
talking
do the
about.
fire
I love them.
overlay and talk about
They
how
drop
the
great
interview
loot.
was a waste of his time. Steven had an agenda.
Agreed.
And how he
And
was
you
a
know what,
bad
guys?
host.
I'm getting
And he's gonna have
AI
trouble getting other guests
certification
after
this fall. I'm actually going to a college course to get my credentials. I'm actually doing it.
Just to forewarn everyone.
Never went to college before. But apparently this is like I can get it for free or something because it's literally the first one that I've ever done. Apparently, I don't know. But this fall I'm gonna get
basically bringing up the same exact
certification in AI.
The last 2.5 years.
Jumbo Cactuar, there you go.
Big lofty ambitions that he was going to try to set me up with some.
Because I love AI. I was there at the ground level when ChatGPT first started, when Midjourney first started, and I follow it big time. When I'm not doing DSP stuff, I fucks with the AI stuff heavy. I use ChatGPT every day. I pay for it, and Midjourney. Real shit.
From 5+
Polygraph playthrough soon. No, Jade, we're not doing that tonight.
And the bankruptcy and shit.
We're not doing that skin tonight. I could change the colors in the background though.
It was disappointing. I was hoping that we were going to have more of a back and forth conversation. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that Steve is a bad guy, but man, he's a bad host. He was yelling over me so much that I barely could even give an answer to anything that he was saying, which is kind of unfortunate. Okay, so it is what it is.
I hate when he says that. It is what it is.
I'm done with it now. You know, he wanted me
to be involved in all.
Well, will you do this and do that? I was like, no. Like, no. Steve, I tried to tell him, he's like, you tried to come on my show here because you were interested in clearing your name. I said, Steve, I have zero interest in talking about any of the drama stuff we're talking about right now at all. It doesn't affect me. My viewers like me and my content.
It's a tool to be used these days, as it all is.
The stuff you're
talking about. He wasn't giving answers. Yeah, he'll filibuster. It's a yes or no question, Phil.
Just take a look at everything.
Are these your bank leaks?
I guess I could turn this off now.
You change the lights. Not too fast, not good for me. Yeah, well, get fucked, Jade. It's gonna be a fucking light show in this bitch. Here, what does this do for you? Does it startle you? Is it too much stimulation, Jade?
Again, for the zillionth time.
I'm just kidding, Jade. We love you.
All that being said, I feel like
he does sound like he wants to cry because he's a little bitch.
Fans are going to be coming over to watch my content. He made out essentially with a payday from my detractors. What a shocking twist, right? But as you know, it's the same. It was kind of a waste of time. I don't think I'm get anything out of it. I don't think any of his viewers, fans are going to be coming over to watch my content. He made out essentially with a payday from my detractors. What a shocking twist, right? But as you know, it's the same. It's the same rodeo over and over. It's not a big deal. Do I look angry right now? No, I don't. It's just the same crap. All right. So anyway, it is what it is. It's over.
This whole segment was victimhood, and the next stream was the whales shipping cash. This is very true.
The entire time he wants me to come back on the show. I was like, dude, like you just wasted 2.5 hours.
This is very true. Like, he did get whaled out after the fact.
So stupid. So anyway, you know, tomorrow we're back for the end of the week, and I'll talk more about this at length. I'm sure you guys will have
He looks so stupid with those headphones on too. He looks so stupid.
Then it got worse and worse for DSP. As it appears, Steven is also going on That Being Said.
Yeah.
Like I said, just like the side scrollers all over again when Craig went on That Being Said.
I welcome our AI overlords.
And look at this. PPP even wants the polygraph test done. Man, what a wild time to be alive.
Friday, let's go. I think we can push through.
That brings us to Friday. Let's see how the week ended for Darkside Phil and the damage control.
Bring back the toilet seat. Oh.
First, before his stream, he posted this up.
Yes, a picture that says, my man Phil was doing some boomer posting.
The bridge to the brightest tomorrow. Good night. And he posted something like this.
Look at this cringe ass shit, bro. The darkest night is often the bridge to the brightest tomorrow. Good night. Jeez.
As well, when he did June the King documentary React, and he admitted he was down from the rafters, but then said he sold it. He put something
reason
like
for the
this
crappy movie Dark Fate.
And look at that, because he didn't have time yesterday.
It was that crappy.
Decompression
it was crappy.
AKA
AI Overlords might be better than the human overlords. That's miasma. That's exactly why. That's exactly why.
I really don't care if
I am done.
Just keep showing up and providing
with the human race. We've had a good run.
Hopefully, you don't cut ties with PPP over this, because I like smart guys. Oh,
I'm fucking
if you ever do another interview, do it on your own channel so you benefit off of it at least. Then we had the ass sucker himself, Big Papa Phil. If anyone doesn't know, this is Timbo Slice. He has gone through 3 bankruptcies, all for DSP. Good luck on the 4th bankruptcy, Timbo.
Look at this. Phil, you shouldn't do any more interviews unless you know ahead of time that it won't be one of these beyond stupid gotcha style interviews where they regurgitate detractor memes. Okay. Because this guy is the, this guy he has all the right
Phil,
ideas.
You shouldn't do any more interviews unless you know ahead of time.
Philip speaks like he's a diplomat of a small war-torn nation condemning the actions of his enemy nations.
It's
and then everything
pathetic
changed.
that these people
the
allow
detractor
themselves
nation
to be sucked
attacked.
into the detractor content before
Yeah.
interviewing
I was not
you
familiar
when
with
all they
Timbo
wanna
Slice's
do
work
is
either,
attack
but
you.
I do know of the
Then
guy that
continues
went
on. Phil can't win here.
bankrupt
he already
3
admitted
times.
his past mismanagement of money and methods of running his business that were not the best.
Hold on, let's see here. Phil was lying about champions still 151 days ago, my man. Big Papa Phil says, Phil can't win here. He already admitted to his past mismanagement of money and methods of running his business were not the best. He doesn't need to bend over backwards with polygraph tests and bank statements to prove anything to anybody. I personally don't give a fuck and recognize that Phil is not who he was 6, 7, 8 years ago. Wow. Newborn Cranky says, if you just had put all this stuff behind you in one big admission, it wouldn't have been over a long time ago. Big Papa Phil continues, it's all pointless and only meant to attack Phil in ways that will never stop.
He doesn't need to bend over backwards with polygraph tests and bank statements to prove anything to anyone.
Ugh.
I personally don't give a fuck and recognize that Phil is not who he was 6, 7, 8 years ago.
You probably
That
will.
is a
I'm not
lie.
very good at
He's
Marvel
worse.
Rivals.
Then we have a newly born Cranky. If you had just put all this behind
Timbo
you,
Slice is under the thumb of
with
the
one big
federal
admission,
courts and forced to pay
it'd been
back
over a
his
long
debts
time
through
ago.
2025.
Big
Imagine
Papa
going
Phil.
bankrupt giving
It's all
DSP money.
pointless.
I could
It only
never.
meant to attack Phil in
I
ways
could
that
never.
will stop. Then as soon as the podcast opens up, the decompression stream, he's the victim. You gotta feel sorry for him, dude. Plus, please
no, I
support
don't.
the stream. And then not only that, he was begging people, please support the next Yakuza game. He really wants to play it, despite all the other Yakuza games not being supported and some of them being wage quit. And then even said, I'm gonna quit this if you guys don't support it. He's already pre-wage quit in the game that's not even out yet that he hasn't bought. And then he didn't want to talk about last night. He didn't want to talk about drama. However, if you give him $50, he will talk about last night's interview. And as Banana Jones points out, that's just like LTG. $30, I'll turn on my camera. Get that ass banned. And then he accused Steve of stealing everything from Kiwi Farms, even though you could see all the receipts that Steve provided. He connected all the dots with the bank leaks, his bankruptcy, all the spending. But of course, DSP wants to control the narrative in his little bubble. And Steve was not the only target. He also went after side-scrollers yet again and called them grifters. And then PPP denied ever doing this, ever setting him up. He said Steve went rogue. He snaked us, dude. And you'll never believe this. DSP 100% believes him. And we have
guys,
Dickstroke and
breaking
Phil vlogs.
news.
He's actually so fucking gullible.
Breaking news, guys. So, just last night, me and Sav were talking, and the in real life female style waifu was downstairs playing Lego. Because she deserves it, because I got her a lot of Lego for her birthday and for Valentine's Day and for Christmas. She loves Lego, and I love seeing her play Lego and build Lego. So she asked me in a text message earlier if DSP was building a Lego and how many pieces it was. And we talked about it, and I said it was a 700 piece Lego. The one that she's working on right now is like 3,000 Lego pieces. So I said to her, wouldn't it be a good idea, because we kind of like chopped this thing up yesterday, wouldn't it be cool when Phil does his Lego stream that she also does her Lego stream that everybody wants her to do, okay? And it's a speed run. It's a race to see who will build the Lego thing faster. And so she asked me while I was doing some yard work today, will he say in advance what he's building? And so what I did is I took a screen cap of Phil holding up the flower Lego box, and lo and behold, she just sent me a message back with a photograph of the same thing. She has it. She has the same botanical collection succulent. Oh, okay, so that was the correct word when he described it. Botanical collection succulents. She has the exact same one. And she made mention that it's for 1 to 3 people to build. I've never seen that one before. So essentially, you know, that's why Phil is trying to say that this is an advanced Lego, because it apparently takes more than one person to put together. So that's crazy.
Cool. he genuinely believes PPP knew nothing
Nope,
about
adult
the interview
Lego. This is
being a
adult Lego.
setup. Truly dented. And then
Chase,
we
I
see
think the
DSP
divorce
with
arc
his
is
dented
happening.
head.
I don't think
And
Cat's
would you
there
look
anymore.
at that in the comments, Steven, with a gift of Red Fox, just saying, dummy. Then
Right?
we have a quote from DSP.
Right, JG? It would make
I'm
more
an
sense if you had
untapped source
Nintendo
of
style
knowledge. And then Pope
Legos, but they're
Josh.
really
The
expensive.
first
You're paying for
cracks
the
are starting
name.
to show between PPP
Big
and
fan
Phil.
of Leo.
Philip is choosing to believe
yeah,
him.
Yeah, Jade.
But
Absolutely.
actions speak louder than words.
They are 18 plus.
Is what
Okay.
DSP said.
Phil's gonna
Then
hate
goes
it.
on
I
to
hope
say,
he does.
He kept me for 3
I hope he
hours,
struggles
and he
with
told
it
me
and
I
has a
would be
hard
there for
time with
90
it.
minutes.
And
Pope
my
Josh.
in real
You
life
could've
female
left.
style waifu just
How would he have stopped you?
gracefully
Yeah, especially a
and masterfully
digital
puts the bricks
Discord
together
call.
and makes it
How is
a
he gonna
huge,
physically make you stay
awesome,
there? And then we have
botanical,
Steven,
succulent
Darkside Phil
thing.
trying to figure out and explain to his viewers what happened last night. I think I broke him. And would you look at
Nugs
that?
Medallion.
Anytime
Hello,
there's
my friend.
drama,
Welcome.
Something bad happens.
Clearly stealing
he gets
Iviga's
railed out in the
grift.
next stream.
Well, until he
It's almost
starts
like this
doing
has been happening
15-hour
for
long
almost
streams,
17 years.
I think
And
Aviga's
would you look
okay.
at that? It's like 4 people
JG, when
combined
you know he
together
ain't gonna be cutting
that
back
wailed
on no
out on him.
DoorDash. Get the
Then
fuck
we have
out of
David
here.
Davidson, who shows off Phil with his Fell For It Again award.
Whoops.
And then he was on the call with Broside Phil. DSP was actually nice to Broside Phil.
He
saying
was.
If
He kinda
detractors
sucked
were
him off
like
a little
him,
bit.
we'd actually get somewhere. Maybe we'll talk to detractors like him in the future and we'll work something out. Well, guess what? Today, when he's not face-to-face to Broside Phil, he was lying. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Damn!
He made everything up. And Broside Phil, yes, I've heard. Yes, I'm compiling the paperwork. Yes, this will eventually be addressed. No, I will not have whiskey near me when I do.
Damn.
Big ups to everyone let me know. He's attacking me. Many saw it as cringe, as I know. But I take being honest/correct very seriously.
Oh, you meant the
Broside Phil is
Legos.
also a retired policeman. Which means
He'll probably try and eat the
credibility is a
Lego,
very
or
important
maybe
thing to
Jasper
him.
will eat a Lego.
Then I put this out. I think I found
Yes,
a female officer
Broside
that
Phil
DSP
was polite, and
spoke to.
DSP was such a
And you see
nasty.
Officer
Yeah, he was just a
Sanders,
nasty little bitch.
Then goes on to say,
as always.
truth is
Love
in the
seeing all
eye
the love
of the
here in the chat.
beholder.
You guys are awesome.
That is a
No, really.
DSP 2025 quote.
No, really.
And then he refused to start the gameplay. He just sat there, trying to brainwash people, pig-nosed people, trying to tell them what they want to believe. The cult mentality.
True.
And then Phil said he couldn't leave because people would say he rage quit the interview.
I mean,
And dudes, just like Derek, can't give the detractors a win, dude. Even though that whole interview was a huge detractor win.
it was.
Then you're
it
going
was
to
a
see
huge
peak
detractor win.
Cope here. How the detractors are in worse shape than him.
Well,
And how his life,
Chad, is this true?
DSP,
Are we in bad shape?
is a rags to riches
Are we
story.
so over?
OIC hasn't been around in years. Now keep in mind, he's been spoiled and sheltered his entire life.
Yeah, we're eating good,
Everything's been paid
guys.
for
We're
him.
eating damn good.
So for DSP, it was riches to riches. There were no rags.
Hey, thank you, Jade. Don't tell your friend Phil this. He might not like it.
If you want to really talk about what the story is, it's the turnaround. I went from rags to riches to going bankrupt to now being good again. What a roller coaster ride my life has been. It's been up and down and up and down since I've been a content creator. That's the story, right?
Boo,
like I've been on both ends
Morgana,
here
yeah.
of the experience, and it's pretty wild that I'm still here and now today.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
At my back. And here's the other funny part about all of this too.
Phil
The
watching
big detractor shtick is that Phil only
right
has like
now?
4 people who support him.
He's not live right
really? What
now.
about this morning?
Silly. It's
Right?
Saturday.
You see
It's
maybe
his
more
day
than 4
off.
people around today supporting me. Just saying, you know, because it's not true. The narrative is there are some big people.
It's not true.
That support in big ways, but they're not here every day, and they're not the person who 100%, you know, support me. It's people who come from all walks of life.
It's
people
the
come
same
from
4
all places
people.
all around the world, and they all watch me for different reasons. Some people like the podcast. Some people just like hanging out with me no matter what I do. Some people like certain games. Some people
X the
like this
gal.
or like that. And
X
they
the
come and
gal.
contribute to what they like. You know, it's not 2 people doing it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, DSP Gaming
Not everyone
watching
is
Lord
OIC or
Diaz
ICS,
stream.
right?
Ah, hey, Phil, welcome.
Sakai hasn't been around since
Welcome.
Sunday,
Oh,
right?
oh.
And to be honest, the way that
You know, interestingly enough, we did have one of your biggest fans,
I don't know
DSP,
if I'll ever come
hypothetically.
back. That was a pretty bad film to get.
River Rejection was hanging out with us.
But yeah,
And goddamn it, he retweeted me saying that he was cordial and he didn't spurg out and the chat behaved and just generally just said, hey, it was an uneventful conversation between us. And then he went and retweeted the shit and thanked me, and I'm like,
when they come by, they renew their sub, and that's it. So,
shit.
Anyway, I don't even know why we're talking about that. All right, I think I'm.
The meth
Ever
head put
since
me
he
over.
started getting money
Shit.
from the casino, He kept saying month after month.
It's like 4.
Eventually, I'm going to start saving. After I have everything built up,
ICS and OIC, DSP, PPP, LDZ.
Well, he now says eventually he'll save money. I can't wait for the second bankruptcy. Then we have this message from Jade.
No. We were
At
booing.
DSP Gaming,
We were
you ready
booing the
now?
situation.
Jade was ready for gameplay. He doesn't like drama, dude. Then we have Steven.
You don't deserve it, Morgana.
Darkside Phil's cope stream was hilarious.
We're booing
We have receipts,
we're
Phil.
booing the
He's sad,
situation. It's
pathetic little man.
unfortunate.
We have evidence, overwhelming evidence.
DSP
He has
cuck.
excuses and
Real.
lies for years now. The road to redemption for him is
DSP's
fading
life
away,
is
it
tied
seems.
to
And then
4 to
this is on
5
Valentine's Day,
220s. True.
So DSP is doing overtime while his wife on Valentine's
no
Day
else,
sits
no
downstairs
else.
doing nothing. Just because he's gotten bodied the last few sets in Street Fighter 6 and was sitting at 1,464 MR.
And you know what's
What a
crazy
bitch.
too? I didn't even
And
know
then
of any of
Steven
this shit
posted
until all of
on
the
Twitter,
current stuff started
"Hurry
popping
up,
off.
or I
And
won't
then
be
there
able to
was
get
like
Arby's today." Then we
year-long,
have
deep-seated
Ronnie. Unexpected
resentment
surprise.
going on
Thanks
to
for the
certain
mention,
circles.
Steven.
Crazy.
Surrealcy and DSP having to face the wall of thumbnails. And Steven,
I watch drama now,
my
liking
pleasure.
it.
I
Oh,
love
you're in the
finding your
right place,
channel.
my
You do
friend.
excellent work and edited to expose this clown. Big ups. Then DSP talked about the Elden Ring because he's supposed to play it
You know
tonight.
what was crazy too? When River
DSP
Rejection was
said
hanging
if
out
this
with
Elden Ring
us,
beta is a mess,
we were
DSP
actually
will play
watching the
Marvel
beginning of
vs.
this
Capcom
video, and he
Collection
said he
or
felt
Hangout
guilty
Q&A.
watching
then
this.
He actually played the
and he was
Elden Ring
actually
beta
letting it be
and
known,
said he
hey,
was
I don't
rushing
think.
to get into
I'm
the
like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. This is what we
and
do
he
here.
accidentally left the leaderboard up, almost like
And
a
I would,
reminder.
like, we would
expect
ask
money,
him questions
dudes.
too. We'd be like, "Can
And
you
this is how
defend
it
this?
went
Can you
for the
defend
Elden
this?"
Ring.
The only
'Cause
thing
remember,
that I
he
didn't
can't
like
look up
about the
guides.
conversation was that
His hand can't be held
we only
'cause
really
it's brand
had
new,
3
everyone
answers out the
experiencing it at
guy
the same
because he would
time.
just go so
Which,
long
by
without
the way,
like saying
for years,
anything.
DSP said
But who
everyone
knows
should
what
experience things
who
at
knows
the
what
same
they were getting
time.
up to.
No advanced copies. No
JG Win
advantages
says
or anything
ICS
like that.
is officially
And
shipped
this is the result of it.
3,180 in
was
kick
like this.
subs,
DSP's
not
already
including
died
YouTube
twice
memberships,
and down
tips,
3
or
times.
super chats.
He's
Holy
already complained
shit!
about lag in
It's
the
probably
beta.
over
DSP is
$7,000 now.
complaining that the
Total
game is too many
insane.
players. As enemies, he can't solo by himself. Then DSP says he can't see the enemies because there's too much grass. The Elden
You know
Ring
what,
beta
Morgana?
gameplay is what you get when Phil can't look
I had
up
the same
guides on how to
conversation with
play
Bro.
and what to do.
You
He's
can't
just
take the
waffling
L's.
around and dying. I feel bad
I'm
for all
learning
these
to
people
take
he's
the L's
playing
as
with.
well.
It's just a handicap and dead weight.
Training
And
in
look at that
wrestling.
face.
One
Like
of
I said
Ken.
before,
Okay, good. There
it's
we
a
go.
man that hates
I had
his
a feeling.
job
I had a feeling.
and hates his life.
I have
Then
a
he said he
trainer
had no
that taught
plans for
me
Valentine's Day.
not to be afraid
As
of
he's not
failure
celebrating
because that's how
Valentine's
you
Day with
learn,
his wife
and it's
today
not a
because
failure
it's a busy day.
if you're failing forward.
everyone's celebrating
And it may not
Valentine's
be
Day,
immediately
he
after
will
you fail,
celebrate
but
it
if you
next
learn
week.
something from
Keep
it,
in
even
mind,
if it's a
too,
hard
Saturday
lesson,
is his day
then
off,
it is
which
a
he's gonna spend with
opportunity
his
to grow
wife,
and learn.
But they're not going to spend Valentine's Day together or celebrate it.
For sure, for
Make
sure.
that
And you
make
need
sense,
to be
Phil.
able to have
And
thick
then
skin
Plum
when it
Josh
comes
noticed
to
something. He's been
swirling
very
in the
tame with his
vortex.
money asking since last night. You can tell he's trying not
And you
to
know
stir
what?
the
And
pot
I will
too hard
give River
right now.
Rejection credit
Then we have this
where
from
it's due.
Real Style
He
Style
hopped in the
Real.
lion's
Phil
den
can't have Ken
and
on
had a
stream
civil
anymore
conversation
because
with
their
us,
attraction
and there
is
was
just
no
too intense.
aggro on either
He can barely
side.
keep his
So
hands off her model style body.
I
And then would you
love
look
the
at that?
fact that like
Almost
people like
every
Nerd
time
Brew
there's
are
drama.
constantly bullying
NBO
him
with
online. I
$100
find it
tip.
hilarious.
And of course, DSP sat on it so he
but
can beg for more.
It is
So just
somewhat
like
of
the
a
side-scroller
interesting
interview, he
dynamic
changed his
to
rules
actually
after
be
that
able to talk to
for
a legitimate
future
Dark Side
interviews.
Phil fan
And the same
and
thing
kind of pick his
happened today
brain
after
about
the interview with
why.
Steven.
And that was the first question I asked him.
Like, if people want me to be in an interview,
Failure's a great weapon to make yourself better. See, Fanbro knows what's up. Yep. I think we're all in agreement here. Morgana. Consider toss the sword on kick to some randoing. Consider tossed the sword to kick to some rando on kick. I wonder if ICS will snap after shipping that type of cash. Well, I could see Phil's
Then
side
we
of it
look at
too.
the financials
Shout out to
for the
JG
week.
Win
Tips
with the
down 50%.
numbers. Let's lock
YouTube
in.
Super Chat down 25%. YouTube
Hello,
members,
my friend Ross.
down
Let me see. Let me see if I can say this right. And I
Kick
apologize.
subs, down
And please correct me if I'm
14%.
wrong. Rose.
But dude, everyone loves him. He has a
Pirelli.
resurgence, dude.
Pirelli.
And then we're gonna leave it off on this clip.
And
from
yes,
Kino
and that's how
Casino.
we got linked up, because at the school where we train at, there's a room where we do podcasting and the like. It's like a production room, and I'll turn on DSP while I'm passing the time, while I'm doing graphics
That was
or
the week for DSP.
we're doing stuff.
If you like that, click that like,
and
share the video, leave
my
a comment
buddy
below, hit
picked up on
subscribe,
it,
subscribe to my other channels
and
of
the rest is
details
history.
The end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you.
Aw.
Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not subscribed to Dash Fire, and the many different channels that they have. I highly recommend you do so. In fact, I'm going to drop the link in there real quick because I feel like it's a shame that they're not getting as much love as they should. So let's find the playlists. Let's find my Watch on Stream playlist. And we'll click that bad boy open. And I sure hope that they get another video up, because I feel like that it is quickly becoming a cornerstone of the channel. I'm a huge fan of Dashfire, actually one of the OG supporters of this production. Please do subscribe to this channel, watch all the videos. They don't just do DSP, they also do like Review Tech USA, Chris Chan, and River Rejection, a video on him. Absolute legend. Dashfire is the homie. I'm subbed to all of them. Hell yeah. Playing Cyberpunk right now, subbing to Dash Can Wait. Well, I'm going to keep spamming it in the chat. And with all that being said, guys, I just got the word that pizza is being warmed up, but not just any pizza. Not just the kind that you get from your local Papa John's or Domino's. Nah. A special keto chicken, shredded chicken crust, keto style pizza. You click on the ads too. Thank you, Jade. I'm glad that you're clicking the ads of your own volition and not at the direction by anybody else. Just saying. Right on. Appreciate you. Well, thank you. Morgana says that they just turned 22. Congratulations. Happy birthday. It's too early for me to quit because being in my room, being depressed, playing games, jobless doesn't help, so I'm putting myself out there and facing discomfort. Morgana, I'm going to tell you. You're going to look back at the times you thought things were bad and then realize that they weren't bad at all. And I've been trying to hold on to that in my mind for the longest, because if I just looked back 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when I first moved out of my parents' house well over 25 years ago, to where I am right now, there's going to be peaks and valleys. There are going to be plateaus. And I was the type of person that always would wanted to keep the status quo, just keep the same creature comforts that I've had. But I guarantee you, and you don't have to follow or take anything that I say to heart, but I highly suggest and recommend that you go outside your comfort zone and do things that do discomfort you. Whether it be interacting with people, whether it be just going outside and trying something. It may not work, but that's the point. You do things to see if they work or not. I was always so caught up with the idea that I need to do everything perfect the first time out, but that's just not the case. I've been doing streaming and videos in this YouTube channel for well over 17 years, longer than Phil has done it. And I'm just now starting to hit my stride. So just keep going. Just keep pushing through it. And just like Jade, you know, Jade can't even get up. Captain Alex can't get up. Can't even use their goddamn legs. Just try things. It builds character, absolutely. And you never know if you don't try. Guys, that is why I fucking love everybody here in the chat. You know, DSP likes to say that we're a toxic group of people that don't want to see him succeed. Well, I think that's wrong. Because every time I've interacted with anybody in this vortex, for the most part, you have all been the most kind, generous, just generally nice people to be around. Now, of course, there's always going to be problematic elements. None of us are perfect. But I think for the most part, we all come together like a rising tide and we lift all ships. And you still have your whole life ahead of you. I'm twice your age. Just don't give up. Just keep trying. And this is some real shit. I try Walk For You now. Please do. And get it on camera. I think it'll be hilarious. Not everything is for everyone. Very true. Well, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I have a delicious home-cooked meal waiting for me. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me here today. Really do appreciate it. Stay tuned because I may actually play a video game tomorrow. Who knows? It all really depends on what Phil's doing. I may play Zoneless Zen Zero alongside watching Phil. Who knows? But follow me on Twitter. Just look up Lord Diaz. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. I love each and every one of you platonically and consensually. I hope you are all happy, healthy, and hydrated. And until next time, take care, be safe, peace.